Welcome to the Take Podcast, where we seek the news that isn't considered popular or relevant enough in today's media landscape, and some things that are. World news and topics from all continents, yes, even Antarctica, ranging from environmental, culture, politics, history, and economics. With that being said, enjoy, and please feel free to reach out and keep this an interactive experience. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This week's episode is actually going to be a two-parter. It ran quite lengthy. Me and a special guest turned around and went almost 2 hours. So, part one will be right here now, what you're going to listen to. Part two will be released a couple days later. We touched on a couple subjects from recent media influencer Andrew Tate being deplatformed to the environmental and societal effects on men's health and overall development, as well as financials. Now, for those who are Patreon members, you can get the entire conversation in full length, the entire damn near 2 hours. With that, I do hope you enjoy, and we do apologize for the audio issues that did take place during the recording. They were not noticeable whatsoever during the recording. So please do bear with us on that one. For all that, enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Take Podcast. And today's episode got somebody special back. Got the one and only Prince of King. What's good with you, boy?
What's up, man? Back at
it. Yeah, man. I had to reach out to you. I was like, yo, this topic, when I saw it, I said, yo, I gotta reach out to him. This is gonna be something that's gonna have him go, yeah, man, I need to get this off my chest. I gotta talk about this right here. All right, so what happened was I was online. No. I was on my phone, and then the notification comes through for Twitter. And, the Twitter algorithm, oh, we think you might like this based on your likes and the profiles. And I'm like, yo, I don't know this chick. Nobody that I follow or likes or follows any of her stuff. So tell me why you suggest this as somebody I should follow. Okay, let me go to the settings. Let me deny this. Let me see if they have me suggested for anything else. And I go down, and it says this dude Tate has been kicked off of TikTok, and I'm like, Tate. I'm like, yo, this doesn't sound familiar. And I look at the picture, I'm like, oh, that's that dude King listens to. And I said, well, it's fucking TikTok. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. Then it goes, scroll down more, and like a whole bunch of articles are there. They're like, oh yeah, he's been deplatformed from Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm like, what? I think like Twitter was the only one that didn't get rid of him, but I believe he ended up deleting the profile himself. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, what the hell happened? And then this was, I believe, was over the weekend. So then that Monday or Tuesday, I'm looking at the Hill on YouTube for the news. And it was like, oh yeah, this influencer was deplatformed. And they were just like, they had no idea like who he was or anything. They was just like, fuck, bro. We're clutching at straws here, trying to find some information. even make this a relevant relevant story for us. Like, how do we? I don't even fucking know. I'm like, damn. I'm gonna reach out to Akeem and see what he has to say about this. And thus, that brings us to today's recording. So it's been about, I want to say a week. Is that correct, Akeem? Been about a week since he's been deplatformed?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Can you put some insight onto what happened here?
Top G cannot be stopped. The top G can be stopped. So, I've been following. I will send you videos. I will send you like little quotes of like Andrew Tate. I found this guy. I think because it's like it's weird because it's like when it just leads you to other people who speak the truth. So shout out to Pena. I was watching him. I was sending you video, and then I will never forget. I think it was a YouTube short, and I heard this guy for the first time. This guy, I literally didn't even like him because the first short, I'm like, yo, he sounded like an angry, one of those angry like pickup artists. I'm like, yo, why he sound so angry? Like, why is he yelling? Yeah, I know. I'm like, you sound like one of those angry pickup artists. Like, yo, what? Like, does he hate women? Like, what's up with him? And then, but then I looked at another video where he was calm and he was like, "Fucking," and I didn't really resonate with what he was saying. Like, I watched another video, and then I'm like, I started taking like pieces and pieces, and then it started to like make sense. Like over time, I started like gravitating to him. I'm like, huh. And then over time, I was just hooked on it. I was like, wait, it is up, it's very, and you could like use it. So that's how I found out. I came up with sharing it to my friends. But anyway, so the whole deplatforming thing, he even deplatformed because he has followers that his speeches and just reshare it. And even it's the internet. You can't take things out of the internet. You can deplatform him, but he's smart. He's Emerson Tate was the number one or number two best chess master in the world. So you have the best chess master as your father. You're going to know how to play the game. At Google and YouTube and Twitter can say that their fathers are the top 10 chess masters in the world. But yeah, he got deplatformed for basically I would say because that's what everyone gets deplatformed for. Just freedom of speech. He was just giving his opinion and the way the PC era is set up. If profit off of what you say is hurting our profits, deplatform. It's always been about money. What he's saying, because if you look at what's going on, there's a lot of people see. I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, "Yo, look at Cardi B. Like, look at just hip hop. Look at what they promote in hip hop, and they literally let it and on and go. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. What are they teaching the young girls to? Right? Didn't get deplatformed. Matter of fact, Minaj. Look at Nicki Minaj. Just the things that she promotes, she never got deplatformed. But one time when she went and questioned the COVID-19, literally was attacked by I think the FBI or like just like the clapback was, and it wasn't even, she didn't even say against it. She just questioned it, got it, and her cousin got like some side effects, and she was like, "Wait, I thought this was I thought you weren't supposed to get side effects." Oh, it was the CDC. CDC literally, I think, took down her video. It was like, "Oh, hey, listen, if you have any questions, comments, reach out to the CDC. Go to the president, the White House to perform." I think she didn't get to perform because of her comment on that. And I'm like,
Like the White House.
I think she was, don't quote me on that, but I think she performed there
No,
or
no, no,
go
no.
there.
Okay, so when it came to her, I believe her situation was she was supposed to. They had some like the gala, like the Met Gala, some shit, and she didn't want to
Hmm.
go. Like no, she couldn't go because she wasn't vaccinated, and she's like, I got questions about it. She's like, I have concerns and this and that, and because she wasn't vaccinated, New York was like, hey, well, you can't come in. Like that's how our setup is. If you're not vaccinated, you can't come to these events. And then they were saying, well, she has these concerns. Invite her to the White House then. Invite her to the White House and have that conversation. Like you got somebody who's an influencer with all like some we got a celebrity with all these followers on all these platforms. Why not turn around, invite that person to the White House and then educate them on what you're talking about? This way you can turn around and you won't have this problem. People saying, nah, I don't believe in that shit. Nah, if Nikki don't believe in it, I don't believe in it either. It's like, well, if you had just simply turned around and just did that invitation and spoke with her, you could have easily turned around and derailed this from being in type of situation at all.
Right.
That's what it was when it came to her. Like I understand her. I understand her perspective when it's like, yo, I mean, I had a family member that had some adverse reactions. I do have concerns about it. So it's like it's one of those situations where like, are you speaking on it? But it's also like, I remember who you are. Like, are you trying to just say this for yourself, or because something you should probably saying in private? You're posting it online, and people are seeing it, and now they're like, okay, it's like you got to also take that to accountability. Now she did, and it's like, all right, well then, you know what you did.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes back to Andrew Tate, now the thing that you said was they didn't really deplatform him because he has followers and people who will record his stuff and then turn around and then re-upload it, right?
Yep, and share on Instagram and
Well, see, and that's the thing. You just said that, but they actually turned around and removed all that. What they was doing was, that's one of the few things I was able to get from research. What happened was they actually anybody that had content of his that was sharing it, it was automatically being taken down. So there was no, this, well, you know what? So let's just record it and post it back online. It was like, no, that shit is down, bro. We're not allowing any content with his name in it or his imaging. So anybody that did even a short video, like the first time you sent me a video with him, the short is done. That shit will be taken down off your shit. So that means if you've done anything with him, well, it's gone. So that means like any type of viewer, any type of like monetization you was getting off of that shit is done. You're not getting no money off of that, bro. It's gone.
now. Here's the beautiful part. That's why I love this guy. This morning, I went on YouTube, Andrew Tate.
Hmm.
He is being talked about regardless of you like if you go on YouTube right now and you type in Andrew Tate, is videos of people talking about this guy. Even putting it in there. They have a lot of stuff. that means you have to go and literally take video. Guy's popular. Like he's viral. How do you stop? How do you that goes viral? It's not like it's a regular like page. It's literally we're talking about a man that was more searched for than Donald Trump and Biden. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a guy that literally over young boys. That's like the male his main audience is young men, and he has a very very powerful influence over them, right? So it's like something it backfires. It's like as far as when you every time oh, let's ban him. Like if you put up a video of him saying, "Hey, here's my car," oh ban him, and young boy's like, "Okay, wait, what? Why are you banning him? He just posted up a car," and then yo, this is more than just a car, and like people are waking and they're seeing that they're not fun no more. I look at Rumble. He actually got people coming to Rumble. His his most viewed video is it was the amount that YouTube gave him. He has like certain links that was like he has certain accounts that sounds like okay on Rumble, and I think he had like 131,000 like live like when he went live on Rumble it was like 131,000 watch after he got banned on all platforms. So
Now, so when it comes to that Rumble thing, that the first time I even heard about that was when they was talking about the shit with Joe Rogan and was talking about him getting off of Spotify, and they was talking about maybe Rumble, and he created an account on there just to have a backup in case shit did go south. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have a backup platform to go to. I was like, all right, well, that makes sense. I get that. My question then with this is like, what? Because like, all right, so I see what complaints are about. What they could be about with him when they come out with the misogynistic stuff and that basic shit. All right, you come with the misogynistic shit. You got plenty of people that turn around and come with that because then that would be the same debate people had about the guy you told me, Kevin Samuels, and they'll be like, all right, well, if that's the case, why was he never considered deplatformed? Why did nobody ever kick him off of a platform then? Like,
because
I don't know. I don't have anybody else for an example of that purpose, but guys, that's my question. Like, you have somebody like him, and then you have somebody like Andrew Tate, and it goes, okay, what's the difference between the two of them that creates such a big issue?
one, my opinion, just my opinion, one was more effective than the other one, or one actually hit a pain point, or there was a bigger issue than the other. There's a so I don't know. I think somebody told me this, or I learned this, but so with Black Lives Matter, right? I was looking that up, and I was like, yo, I never heard of like no assassination attempt on Black Lives Matter leaders. I never heard about that. Like Black Lives Matter leaders, they're safe. It was like they're good. They're just collecting money. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I look at every single black leader, their life is in danger. Malcolm X, Nat Turner, list goes on and on. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what what if what think Charleston win like that. I forgot who sprayed Soldier Boy in the face, if you
The
know
guy who
who
did
I'm
what?
talking about. Yeah. Charleston White? Is that his name? Is the guy he had sprayed Soldier Boy? Yeah, Charleston White. You know Charleston White?
I may have heard the name before. What was he known for?
So he's like he's basically like a counselor, the youth in jails.
Mm-hmm.
You know, jail when it was like he was a troubled teen.
Okay.
He was a troubled teen, and he turned his ways around. Now he's helping those who go to. He's talking to the people, okay, the youth in jail. So he had an interview with D. Fly, the DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller. He was interviewing them and they had a conversation. He was like, "Hey, listen, man." DC was like, "Yeah, man, we out here, we in this community, da da da." And then Charleston was like, "Listen, like you're not getting threats. You're not getting people trying to kill you. Like nobody's taking you serious. Not affecting. You're not really affecting where the government is actually trying to thwart you. Like they're not trying to poison you. They're not. They don't not marking you as a terrorist until you get those credentials. Then you're actually. Oh wait, doing good, and then you get those credentials as marked as a terrorist, trying to, and they label you like that, so then you're actually effective. So that just goes my take when it comes to Samuel versus and that he's stirring the pot, and it's causing is somebody's losing money, and they don't like it, so you got to take this guy out. That's how things. That's how laws are changed. It's a power grab, all that. But if you're just if you're going down the easy path, ain't nobody gonna mess with you. Look at celebrities. So we're not gonna if he does what I want, man, sure, yeah, just don't mess up my money. Just don't if I'm trying to relation, yeah, don't interfere with that plan. Because if you interfere with that plan, you got and that's how it's been in
So
history.
now I can understand that point of view of like you're not causing any type of problems. I get that. That I can see that viewpoint. My question then becomes, what was Tate doing that would have been considered a threat then?
What is
Because
considered a threat? Yeah,
I don't
okay.
see what he did that would have been realistically considered a threat. I've seen what you sent me for his videos before. I've watched a few things, and I'm just like, okay, what what's the like run that shit for me that would have made him considered a threat to the government that would have had not just the U.S. government but people. I'm gonna just turn the powers that be. Let's say something like people that are in power in certain positions. What about him made him a threat? That it's like, hey, we need to turn around and put a smear campaign on him. We need to make people feel as though he's negative, he's toxic, and we need to get rid of him. Because once again, I need to understand like what like break down the difference between him and Kevin Samuels because those are the only two I could think that I know of that would have had could have I could use that as an example here.
Let's see, where do I start? Becoming a man, but just literally, I'm just that this is what if my they're telling my plans to the open public and I don't want them to know my plans. So if plan plan is to break down the family of America, demasculate them, cause women to men, cause women to believe that they need is government assistance. They don't need a man in the household. Um, Men's mental health. Let's not even talk about that. If that's my plan and you go against it, then it goes back. That's everything that he was standing for. He stood for men's mental health. He talked about men in marriage depressed. They were because their wives treat them like shit, and the husbands couldn't do anything about it. Talk about the young men where they're becoming more. They're not. They're not becoming. Kids, the youth are the future leaders of the society. If society are feminine, they have severe anxiety, but they don't deal with it. They don't have courage. Life is easy. They don't go through like hardships. Work out at They don't work out. They don't work on their health. They don't focus on themselves. They don't work on making more money. They don't focus on creating a business or whatever it is. He's Tate is literally what really matters, the focus. He's trying to build back family. He's telling the difference, his opinion, the difference between Western woman and Middle Eastern woman. Who's giving his opinion. But if a group that has a lot of money that his opinion, they can use propaganda out of proportion. Really, there's nothing. He had some legal difficulties back then because okay, so with Andrew Tate, he grew up in Luton, and I don't know where Luton is. I think it's in England.
It's England.
Yeah, Luton, England, right? Grew up poor.
Yeah.
He grew up poor. Started kickboxing. I'm just gonna like brush through it real quick. Started kickboxing. Needed some more money. So before like video webcam girls was a thing, he started it. He did it, and that's what basically they. What was that?
What do you mean? Before a
Webcam
webcam girl?
girls, like the girls that will be behind the camera.
Like like just the phone and sex shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wait, webcam girls like the okay, got you.
Right. So he did that. He got rich. That's actually how he got rich off of that.
Wait, so he ran one of those as a company?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, was he was secretly acting like a chick? He was, like, what
No,
we
no,
talking
no.
about here? Like, what you mean he got rich off that? Like, I'm so confused.
So basically, he would hire girls to talk to the guy. Guys would pay the girls. Girls would give them.
Okay.
But I mean, what he said that he made sure that everyone was eating, everybody was good, and he did that business. And one girl he had like 75 women employees, and one of them got jealous, caused a whole scene. Then she called the police, said that a sex trafficker, all that. Da, da, da. They came, swatted his house. They found no. He was, but he wasn't. He wasn't. Case was done. It was case 3 years. Thoroughly questioned everybody, did everything. There was no foul play. Everything was clean. Now what they're doing is they're bringing and he abuses a woman. So that's what they're using. They're saying he's a misogynist and He's just like, honestly, he's just saying what guys
Wait.
think.
Hold on. You said they're using that as to say he's a misogynist? They're using that or overall.
They're using everything, honestly. That using his comments now, cutting it out of context. He's saying they're like picking and choosing what to use and just like they're trying to build against him to say this is why we're deplatforming him. So they're painting him as a villain, even though he has no criminal charges. The social media company are making him as a villain, so everyone can agree that he's a villain, so that can justify his being deplatformed. But they have no concrete evidence because he doesn't have no criminal. He doesn't have any criminal history.
Okay. So I'm gonna run it back. Now I find it funny that you say this is how he made his money. Yet he came with the statement of women are controlling the men in the relationships. It's like, okay, if we going off that analogy, my guy, you was the blueprint for it. Because you had a business in which motherfuckers would be out here, what's the term? Simping? They would be out here simping for these chicks and like, here, take my money. I'm making money. It's like, well, my guy, you're making money off these stupid motherfuckers. So how justify that? Like justify that for me, and then let's continue. Otherwise, it's like, bro, I'm a prime example of one of your top clients. Then I was probably a top client. You got anything?
Yeah, I mean, like, but it's a funny conversation because it's like if you like what man learn you learn. If you don't want to learn, you don't want to learn. Like there's people that they say they want to learn, they say they want to learn, but they just do it.
What do you mean?
Oh man, like anybody could do what he did. Anybody could have did what he did.
As far as making that kind of business.
Right, but like he did it when nobody like that's when like I think when it was like what 2005 like before that wasn't existing like people that was like the beginning of the internet time so he just capitalized on it so for you to like that's like saying like oh make another YouTube.
So, I mean, so he was the first person to do the internet version of the call service of the call girl that be on the phone. Because
Right.
there's literally a movie that came out in the '90s called Girl Six. I saw this shit when I was younger, bro. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. All I know was some chicks on the phone talking to the guys, and they was just like, "Oh yeah, I love you." Yeah, I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then motherfuckers on the phone, like they on the phone, like motherfuckers like really beating off on the phone to these chicks, and they just like, "Yeah, yeah." And then like some dude ended up finding out where the office was, and he was really stalking these bitches, and he was really trying to find this one girl, and this chick filled in for somebody. Was she filled in for the girl, and then the guy realized it was a different chick, but he loved her voice more, and he would call in and be outside waiting for when the chicks go on breaks, and he's like trying to have binoculars to look inside their place to see which girl was picking up what phone at what time. It's like sort of time that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, this shit crazy as hell. Like that movie was wild. But it's like, all right, so my man Tate basically just did the fucking internet version of a call service where you would call chicks online to talk to them on a hotline. Okay, got it. So he was the first person to do it. Okay. I I don't see how that makes him a threat. He was a
It
part of
doesn't.
the okay. That's the
That's the
case.
thing.
You
Like
have him. I
it
mean, that's the
doesn't.
case. You have him part of the pioneers of the internet and industry. Yeah, industry. I guess.
Right. Like I said, there's nothing you can pin. That's why it's so controversial because it's like, yo, you have to be very low to convict someone with thing and literally be like, oh no, he's still wrong. And it's like he actually had it was I watched the here's the thing, here's the one thing I really don't like though. And I learned this too. So with the whole deplatform you and chat about you without even giving you a chance to like talk back. Like or like if context, it was just like, no, you can't Graham, you can't go on platforms. He's the bad guy, he's the bad guy. So what he did was he went and he explained, well, that's unfair and defend myself. Second of all, what happened companies, they actually called no news reporters actually called all his right now think about this. They called all his ex-girlfriends. Tell us about your relationship with Tate. That's his ex-girlfriends. They have no reason, right? So
Okay.
they all came, hey, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Like he's respectable, he's not a all this news is lies. You know what happened after that? They them money to lie. And I'm like, so if you
Well,
actually
that's nothing new though. Like that's you have people that actually do that. That say, hey, we looking for a story. Hey, we got some money. Oh well, yeah, we was looking to actually pay because we was trying to find some information. Somebody be like, well, there was this one time. It's
right,
like, yeah, so it's not it's that's nothing new as far as them doing that.
but right here's the thing, nothing new. I'm saying that they got off still nothing to say, which is
Okay.
crazy. Okay, say you got asked questions about this guy, you don't have nothing bad to say, and now you're getting bribed to say something bad. You have an incentive now, and you're no. And they called him, and they're like, "Yo, why are they really trying to like? What's really going on?" Because they're like, "Yo, why are people trying to pay us to lie on?" So, saying again, if he really was wrong, you would have to bribe somebody to lie on him. Like you money. It would just be like, hey, is Andrew Tate a womanizer? Do this? He abuse women? It'd have been like, yes, no. So
Well,
that's
that's not true. That's not necessarily true because then there's always those situations where they've never witnessed it. I'm playing the opposite side of it. There's always those situations where people never witness this type of stuff, and when they actually find out about it, they're like, "Wait, what? I've never saw that side of this person. No, this is all lies. I'll defend them today I die." And then it's like, "Oh shit!" All evidence comes out, and it's like, "What the fuck? I never knew them as this person. I never knew that." So the fact these chicks are defending him, that just means, hey, he did right by them. I can't necessarily look at that point and then go, oh no, this is all lies. You always gotta factor that one aspect in. Some people never see the other side of people.
you're right. And but here's whenever court we bring we need 2 or 3 witnesses, right? Because
We did.
is going to have to see that side. When it comes to who you really are, if you're in 3, 4 people, 5 people, 6, we're talking about 15 people. That if he was a woman, we're talking about toxic masculinity, a fucked up individual. These are the claims. Hate woman, abuse. They said like he beats women. He's a woman abuser. You had none of them. We're not even talking about 3. We're talking about 15. You tell me none of them had even experienced even a of something like that? That's sketchy. And even now, I'm not saying, and like, okay, we can say, oh, he's paying them a large amount of money to be quiet, or he's just.
I couldn't believe that. That's one thing I couldn't believe, that he has the money to put out here to tell a chick to keep her mouth shut. I wouldn't believe that if somebody told me that. I'd be like, why not? You don't think he has the money for it? It'd be like, oh, it's not about him not having the money. From what I've seen with the way he talks and shit, I personally feel as though he would look at that and go, that's a waste of my money. Be like, what? I feel like he would look at it and go, that's a waste of my money to have to pay a chick to keep her mouth shut. I groomed them enough to turn around to keep their mouth shut. I feel like that's the person he is. He would come out and go, I turned around and I did enough that they wouldn't even open their mouth. If that was the case. But for him to be like, oh no, I gotta pay them to keep their mouth shut. Nah, his character is not one to say, I need to pay a chick to keep her mouth shut. He's the type of person that's like, nah, I'm gonna ride a die on my shit. Fuck you talking about. Nah, I ain't put my hands on him. Did he put his hands on you? He never put his hands on me. We got video for to show it. That ain't me. Like, he be like, I told you. Like, I feel like his character, the way he portrays himself is one of like, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up if you think I gotta come out of my pocket to have a woman keep her mouth shut about me. Keep her mouth shut about what? I'm the best thing that's ever been in her life. Who the fuck is you? You somebody coming out of nowhere trying to start a pot that's already cooked. The food has already been prepared. Why are you fucking up the recipe? Get the fuck out of here. That's how he betrays himself. So if somebody told me he had to pay a chick to keep her mouth shut, I'll be looking like, you clutching at straws, my guy.
And like I said, I'm gonna stick to that. Like, you bring 3 people because 2 people might agree. Might be like, And like I said, I'm looking at claims. You're claim. If it's a woman abuser, if we go if right, and we go to every single abuser, and we go to their and they had 15 ex, I promise you, one of them going to say that he hit him. One, 2, but you're going to see a pattern. You're going to see a pattern. It's not a one-time thing. If he is like if he's like that, a thief does it one time. A thief, he steals. He might steal, but you're gonna see him steal like at least 5 times a year. He might amp it up to 10 next year. It might, but he's still stealing. He's a thief, a murderer. He might not kill for a long time. Still with it. So that goes. If that's who you are, it's not going to change. Him, a woman beater, and none of you got hit by him. Show show me the paperwork. I want to see paperwork. Everybody always, the internet, they accuse everything, but they don't show paperwork. I want to see where it says like, all right, he assaulted, he got convicted of this charge, of this felony, or whatever. If you don't have no paperwork, then it's not real.
Completely agree. It's too much shit. That's like the video we saw when I showed you. I said, yo, this shit had me dying. And it was like, you said, it was actually a drill. That's why I said I went through the comments first. And it was like, this is actually a fake drill that took place. They're making fun of him. When it said, what was it? I said the Chinese ambassador went to Saudi Arabia. They didn't know they was actually gonna have. No, the Saudi ambassador went to China and they didn't know he was gonna be greeted by firecrackers, and they set him off, and motherfuckers started jumping through the car door. I was like, yo, that shit was funny as hell. But it's like, oh, this isn't real. This is actually a joke video. This didn't really happen. But people was passing that shit around. Somebody was like, yo, this happened like 2 years ago. Somebody put this video up, and I was like, it's not real. What the fuck? This is back on the internet again, getting passed around as a real story. And I'm like, there you go. Motherfuckers will see something, laugh, share the shit. It went viral. It's like, yo, it's not even true. Why the fuck are you... People, please look up the information. It's not true.
So, and you know what's real? Like, if shit was really going on, I'd be recording it and standing there. They'll be panicking and running, and this would hit the news outlets. And trust me, we would hear about, even if we don't hear about it. No, we would definitely hear about it because shit like that, when shit like that happens, is like,
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. We would not
yeah,
have heard
you're
about
right.
that. It's they used to, come on. The Saudi ambassador went to China. It's an ambassador. We don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about that. Come on.
you're right, right.
They freaked out. We wouldn't have heard about that shit. That shit would have been like, can we put this comedy up there? No, don't put that comedy bullshit up there. We'll put something else. You sure? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll put something else. Okay. He said, we'll put something else. Put something else up.
Nah, definitely. Yeah, man. So, like I said, Andrew Tate is innocent. They don't have no paperwork, so it's an attack by social media outlets because he, he's um he's on the right.
Uh, so now we got this helps bring it back to what I want to discuss earlier because we start going to his background. All right, now you said he's probably fucking with people's money when it comes to the social media stuff. Like that's what you guys that's what you said, right? Or like
Right.
suggested. Okay, explain to me how. How is he messing with people's money? Because that one that's the one I can't understand. I can understand them deplatforming him from the viewpoint of people felt his talks were too misogynistic and people felt abrasive and it was promoting harm to women and it's that I get how they could try to get him on that and then try to take him off because they want to keep face with the public and all this shit. Just like how, like you said, like during the pandemic, anybody that questioned the shit, they say, "Oh, that person was anti-science. This person was against the health of the community, and this and that." Then you come out months later to a year later, and it's like everything they were saying was actually justified and being questioned. And I go, "Bruh, okay, somebody explain to me how you say it's anti-science like that." That to me was like the worst statement ever when shit played out because then it will fall to that. It'll almost hit you with those parts where people go, okay, hey, this could go towards science versus religion in school shit. Shut the fuck up with that science thing. So explain to me how he's messing up money and that is what caused him to get deplatformed. Because that one I don't get that one.
All right. Now we're talking about a bigger scale, right? If he has a program called the War Room where he teaches young men how to be independent.
Okay.
It's self-explanatory. If you're teaching young men to be financially independent, the school system. He said the school system is outdated. At it doesn't make sense to go to university to go than to go and be a slave to the workforce of his company. young men getting up. They're not going to college. They're not going to university. They're telling their parents, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to follow my passion and monetize it. I'm going to make money from it. A whole new work coming out saying, and they're actually showing fruits. They're showing the fruits of their labor. They're started businesses. When young kids, 16, 17, 18, making money. Now they're not working. They're not a part of the workforce. Do you know who's losing money? Amazon is losing money because now they don't have employees for 60 years. 60 years of someone's life, you know how much one worker. Let's just say we get one 18-year-old, right? Goes to college, racks up 100K in debt, right? Slave. He's definitely a slave because now you owe that much. All right, now you have to work for your freedom to get out of the debt. Now you work for a company, UPS. You work for 18 to you're 60 years old, right? But you'll never pay it off because of interest, right? Now you're paying it. Now, if I take one young man out of that, look how much money the college, and UPS lost because he got up and got influenced by another guy and got told that you don't have to work at a warehouse. You can be your own entrepreneur. You have value in yourself. Now imagine for the thousands.
All right, so I hear what you're saying. How do you get the 60-year thing though?
Now,
That is a high ass number.
that was a random example. That was like, I know that was
Bro,
like extreme, but
bro, that's 60 years was a 1950s or 60s number. Like, what the even they would say 40. How the fuck you? I'm like 60. What the
all
fuck
right,
you
let's
doing
not
60?
like, all right, let's just say 20. Let's rock out with 20.
Like that's a high ass number. Okay, so once again, all right, so I'm here. Okay, there's multiple people that say these things. Was his platform that high that he was reaching that many people?
That's why he got the platform. That's why he got. That's why he got the platform because it wasn't a threat. He would have not got the platform. You know how much people. Wait, Sean, me and you say the exact same. We ain't getting the platform.
I don't say it on a platform though. That's the difference. Unless they turn around and recording the conversations off of Anchor and WhatsApp, and the government is taking it and keeping us on a watch list, and then saying, you know what, the instant they put us online one time, we're going to take their ass out. That's the difference. We're not online saying this stuff.
Well, there's other
So that's
dudes who
what I'm
have a
saying.
smaller audience.
Say it again.
There's other people. My bad for interrupting you, but I'm saying there's other people with a smaller, and they ain't getting the platform.
And that was the conclusion of episode 7, part 1. Part 2 will be out later this week. But until then, as always, enjoy yourself, enjoy the day, and stay prosperous. Peace.